Now then, how the devil are you? Welcome to the next day of the Advent tips. We're still talking about live video right now and getting you guys to create some amazing live content. The next tip I want to give you is probably one of my best tips that I ever give, because I truly believe this one absolutely 100% works for pretty much everybody who's going to be watching this video right now. And that tip is how to help you talk to the audience rather than at them. So this is something that a lot of people really struggle with, is that way of communicating, creating that connection between them and the people behind the lens, behind this thing right here. It's really difficult to do. And this is something I learned from radio. When I worked in radio years ago, I was at a radio station called Viking FM in Hull, and my boss sat me down and he said that my show was sounding okay, but I needed to learn to communicate to the audience. How was I going to talk to people rather than at them? And I really struggled with this, and I didn't quite understand how I was going to really manage it, because there's nobody else in the room with me. I'm presenting on my own. It was my first real attempt at doing some professional presenting gigs. I'd done stuff on RSLs and on hospital radio and stuff like that in the past, but this was my first chance to really give it a go at being a professional radio presenter. So I racked my brains and I came up with a little solution. And it's something so simple, anybody can do this. I took a teddy bear and put it behind the microphone on a windowsill behind the microphone. And I spoke to the teddy bear. And that's exactly what I did. I communicated to the teddy bear. Now, he was never going to communicate back to me, because if he did, that'd be really scary. But it gave me somebody to focus my attention onto so that I could talk to it and become that person that became the friend of the people on the other end of the microphone. Because the idea in radio was always to be the guy that the blokes wanted to go for a pint with, or the girls wanted to have a chat with, and so on and so forth. So that's what I try to instill into people when they're doing live video, is that you want to really communicate, connect with the people behind the lens. And because you can't see them, you need a way of doing that. And the way of doing that is putting something behind the lens that you can connect to and communicate with. It could be a soft toy. It could be a photograph of your partner, your best friend, just something you know you're going to be able to communicate to. And that's going to really help you break down that barrier of not having somebody there to talk to. Like I say, they're not going to communicate back. They're not going to laugh at your jokes. They're not going to talk back to you or ask you questions. But at least it gives you something to really focus your attention onto. But the most important thing of this is that you put it behind the lens. Because if you put it behind the phone or the camera, you end up talking to them here rather than the people who are actually in the lens, which is there. It's only that small angle difference. But if you're talking there, you're not talking to them, because they are here. They're in this gap right here, and you want to talk to them behind the lens. I'm talking to you in the lens. I'm not talking to the screen, because that means I'm not talking to you because you're over here. So make sure as you talk to them, you're talking to the lens. Really important. So hopefully this has been a really great tip for you. I know this one really does work for everybody I speak to and I give it to. So really give it a go. Give it a shot. Start doing live video. Start doing any video, to be fair, but live video is brilliant because the platforms absolutely adore it, and it will really start to push your content out there to a much wider audience, because these platforms really do adore it. Trust me, video is an amazing tool if you get it right. And the great thing is as well, once you've got your videos down, there's so much more you can do, which we'll go into on the next few days of the Advent tips. But tomorrow, another tip for you with live video. Until then, though, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good one. Bye!